We know you work hard to stay informed, so when you need a break from all the breaking news, check out our sister channel, AWE. And when you're ready for more headlines, come back to us at One America News. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm CASSIE LEUFFen, and we begin with breaking news. OAN and AWE. From topical issues to tropical islands, we make a perfect pair.
Welcome back. New Jersey's Supreme Court says this state does not have to contribute more money toward pensions, reversing a lower court's decision. This after Republican Governor Chris Christie cut $1.57 billion from the pension system, $1.57. Christie says the measures were needed to close the budget gap, but public unions argue the cuts violated workers' rights because they breached a 2011 pension law and they violated their contracts. Christie lauded today's ruling and said the legislative branch should not interfere with the executive branch's budgetary decisions. Continuing on to the state of Kansas, which might be forced to make major budget cuts if legislators don't increase taxes. This is according to a budget director who says budget problems arose after the state cut personal income taxes in 2012 and again in 2013. The current budget includes a $400 million deficit, but the Kansas Constitution requires it to be balanced. Although the state Senate approved a bill raising sales and income taxes, analysts say the House is unlikely to pass it. The governor is likely to make across-the-board cuts of over 6% unless lawmakers can agree on tax increases. Europe's largest bank, HSBC, announces a massive internal shakeup as it is trying to move the bulk of its operations to Asian markets. Haley Platt has more on the overhaul as the company is struggling to reduce its losses.
Cuts at Europe's biggest bank were widely expected, but the scale of them is huge. HSBC will axe almost 50,000 jobs. That's almost a fifth of its workforce. Half the job cuts will come by selling off businesses in Brazil and Turkey. Another 7,000 to 8,000 will be from the UK, where 1 in 6 staff will go. The investment business
Hewlett $100 million.
Both are other factors, as is Britain's current debate over its membership of the European Union.
Hewlett-Packard agrees to a $100 million payment to settle a lawsuit regarding its 2011 purchase of Autonomy. HP says a lawsuit does not have merit, but it's settled to avoid prolonged litigation. In 2011, HP bought Autonomy for over $10 billion, a decision that was followed by a financial downturn. Later, HP's CEO was fired, and the company accused Autonomy of misrepresenting its value. The settlement HP announced today will be paid by unidentified insurance carriers and go toward people who bought shares in HP between 2011 and 2012. General Electric is selling its private equity financing unit in a deal valued at about $12 billion. GE agreed to sell to Canada Pension Plan Investment Board. That is Canada's largest pension fund. The deal here comes after GE announced plans in April to sell most of its banking businesses over the course of the next 2 years. The company says it wants to focus on its main businesses, which includes manufacturing equipment and products for healthcare and energy, among other industries. The transaction is expected to close later this year. Soup and salsa are joining forces. Kind of. Campbell's Soup announces it's buying salsa maker Garden Fresh Gourmet for a lot of money, $231 million. Amid slow sales of its trademark canned soups, the company is paying attention to consumers' interests in fresh and organic products. Garden Fresh Gourmet will become part of the Campbell Fresh unit that already includes Bolt House Farms and the organic baby food company Plum. The salsa company, which also makes hummus, dips, and tortilla chips, will continue to operate out of its headquarters in Michigan. And so now the question is, do you want soup or salsa with that sandwich? You got to think about that one. In completely different news, forget 6 degrees of separation. This is better. 2 San Francisco medical centers set the world record for the longest kidney transplant chain, longest to ever occur in one city. A 9-way transplant procedure this was. It began Thursday when a 56-year-old donated his kidney to a complete stranger. His organ was given to a patient who had been on dialysis for several years. 16 others were involved in the surgery, including a husband who donated his kidney to his wife. Doctors from both centers were able to successfully complete all 18 surgeries in just 2 days. Paying it forward in a very real sense and helping one another out. I'm a fan. Coming up next on One American News, Dubai is reportedly leading the way in innovation and technology. Dubai, Wi-Fi, and palm trees. It all ties together. Trust me, the story is next. Welcome back. On this day in 1972, South Dakota experienced one of the worst floods in state history. One America's Cameron Kramer looks back on the Rapid City flood and details the extent of the devastation.
15 inches of rain fell in a little more than 5 hours in the Black Hills region of western South Dakota in 1972. The end result was catastrophic. The town was established in the late 1800s during one of the last gold rushes in American history. Rapid City was built on a floodplain, but in 1952 the Pactola Dam was built 10 miles from the town. It helped control the floods, which led to a boom in development, and eventually 50,000 residents calling the area home. But amid the 1972 downpour, the dam's spillway got clogged. As the storm continued, it would prove to be too much for the dam. It collapsed, unleashing a devastating wave of water that decimated buildings and swept away residents. The destruction was immense. 238 people died, with 3,000 more injured. More than 1,300 homes were ruined, with another 2,800 suffering significant damage. Cars were the most numerous statistic, as around 5,000 vehicles were destroyed. The total cost of the flood topped $165 million in 1972, which translates to about $932 million today. In the wake of the tragedy, Rapid City made numerous changes to its floodplain regulations. While buildings can still stay in the area, the overwhelming amount of residential structures were moved. The majority of the Rapid City floodplain is now used for parks and a golf course, but markers still show what happened on this day in 1972. Cameron Kramer, One America News.
And bringing you back to the present day, a British airline company is testing automated drones to perform safety inspections on aircraft. Matthew Stock has more on this innovative technology. Take a look.
Automated drones could soon be carrying out aerial analysis of grounded aircraft. Budget airline carrier EasyJet is trialling drones which scan a plane's body to spot problems faster than manual inspection. Each pre-programmed drone will be fitted with a high-res 4K camera and a set of sensors based on LiDAR technology. The technology will deliver a fast, safe prognosis of the aircraft, says EasyJet's Mark Bunting.
At the moment, it takes quite a few people to get up and do an inspection of the airplane. They need to bring it into the hangar or drive heavy machinery around, and it takes quite a bit of time out of service, so it delays passengers. We're introducing drones to try and increase safe, fast inspections so we can turn an aircraft around and get it back to service a lot quicker after lightning strikes and bird strikes.
EasyJet says the automated technology could cut the time planes are out of use from days to hours, with plans to roll out the system within 12 months. The airline hopes to introduce 3D printing to quickly replace basic cabin parts, such as armrests and folding tables. But 3D printing will also be part of the next generation engines it has ordered for its new Airbus fleet.
These are the most advanced engines in the world, and in those there is technology, 3D printed metal technology, that actually improves fuel burn. And fuel costs are our biggest cost. Saving fuel means that our fares can remain low.
And a new app for the iPhone and Apple Watch aims to make travel easier for the airline's 66 million annual passengers.
Well, the only freshwater natural sanctuary in the United States was starting to feel like a big sanctuary in a small plot of land, so it is expanding now to nearly 10 times its current size. The Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary in northern Michigan will increase from 450 square miles to 4,300 square miles. The expansion was approved last year and is based on several years of research by NOAA. Thunder Bay is accessible to divers, swimmers, boaters, paddleboarders, anybody who can view some of the wrecks in shallow water, clear water that is shallow. Sanctuary officials estimate the expanded territory doubles the number of shipwrecks that can be explored to roughly 200.
It allows us to not only be able to use the resources that it has here, but it connects us kind of worldwide, so that we've got this worldwide connection with researchers, and we can collaborate on all kinds of different projects, and it really just opens up the world to the classroom.
Officials in and around the Lake Michigan community of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, are now seeking to establish a sanctuary there. A Dubai media company launches the first technologically advanced palm tree. In our final story, Smart Palm, as it's called, will allow beachgoers to charge their cell phones, take photos, and have access to free Wi-Fi. Designers say the device is powered by solar panels and offers information about Dubai, including weather updates and general facts. The CEO and founder of the media company claims he wanted to design something meaningful to Arabic history. At least 80 Smart Palms will be added to a variety of parks and beaches across the Arabic town as part of a larger effort to establish Dubai as a smart city. I always like palm trees, but a problem-solving palm tree, I think I'm in love. We are out of time. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cassie Leuffin on Twitter @CassieLeuffin if you would like to reach me. And keep it here. Tara Millspot has your headlines right after this.